Yeah, hello. My name is Sorbo Samuelson. I've been a professional window cleaner for the past 24 years. During that time, I developed the Sorbo line. Now, in this video, we're going to demonstrate how to benefit from the Sorbo squeegees when it comes to storefronts. So I'm going to go over the equipment first, and then we're going to show a few different sizes windows and a few different techniques that might help you in the future. A card called the lathe card, and this is a very efficient bucket when it comes to storefronts. It's made for an 18-inch washer, and of course you dip the whole thing down here and it fits all the way down to the bottom. Now this lathe card is actually sold separately, so you can buy the lathe card without the bucket. Most people have a bucket already, a large bucket like this, and this is universal, so it fits most buckets on the market. Now the benefit with this device is that you can roll it over curbs, you can roll it in stairways because of the large wheels, and anytime you walk with it and you stop fast, well, it never spills water because the bucket actually swings, as you can see, and that will prevent it from spilling water. The next thing I like to go over here is the paint scraper. And we have actually developed a new paint scraper here, which we usually hang in our bucket. This is a 6-inch scraper, and it's the same technology as my 3x4 adjustable squeegees. It will adapt to the window, and the reason it does that is because I exposed a 1/4 inch of blade outside the blade holder. Now this is a very unique scraper because you can actually offset the blade to an L shape. You can actually slide it out even more and get it to be more L shaped. The blade comes off very easy. Just slide it out, turn it over, and put it back in again. And this is all metal, so it's a very, very rigid and durable scraper. And it fits on any pole on the market, and also it comes with this holster here. And of course the holster is made for belts, but I always recommend to put it in the quadrupod itself. It's probably the safest way of handling a sharp blade like that. Now, the other new thing we have here is silicone squeegee rubber in 50 feet lengths. Actually, we are the first one to come up with silicone. And this is a little bit less money than the standard rubber. And for those of you guys who have a sharpener where you can resharpen your squeegee rubbers, this is excellent. It cuts like butter. Actually, it's very easy. So I would highly recommend that. Another very important thing is holster, and as you can see I got a dual holster here on the side on my belt, and the belt here first of all has 2 locks, one here and one here, safety lock. I got 1, 2, 3 loops, and I have my 5-inch detailing squeegee here, which I'm going to show how that is used, and also I got my towel rack here. Now the holster here is a very unique holster, and I call it the quick draw holster. It's made for 2 squeegees, either vertical or horizontal. And it's a very easy holster, and it's soft, so whenever you sit in your car it bends, and it never actually make it difficult to sit with it on. I also have a little pouch here where I put my steel wool and a little scraper for small fingerprints and spots like that. Now, the other very important thing here, and a very new exciting thing, is the new squeegee. This is the squeegee that has 3 patents. There's no other squeegee in the world that ever had 3 patents. The squeegee channel itself has design patent, 2 mechanical patents, which is the adjustment, and the 3rd one is the new plastic end plug. This is what the squeegee looked like, a little bit closer. Now, this is also a new way of fastening the squeegee rubber in this channel. As you can see here, each end plug is made of plastic, and when I invented this device I also developed it so it's a built-in end clip in one end. So what we do here, we actually slide the squeegee rubber in from the opposite end as the name. And by doing that, you reach the other end plug, and actually here, what you have to do, you have to force it through that end plug. And this will actually keep the squeegee rubber in place. You can also see the ends here, a 40-degree angle. And this is the most efficient squeegee when it comes to fanning, because it gets all the way into the corners, and it will remove the water completely around the frame. The handle here is the new fast release, and as you can see, just by moving this fast release like this and then bending the squeegee downwards, it comes right out. And then when you put it back again, put it the same way and lock the fast release. It's also an outlet here for a safety line, so when you do pole work or high-rise work, attach the safety line on this steel bar here. So this is actually, I would say, the safest squeegee on the market today. Because of the plastic end plugs, you can't scratch the window. And if you drop it down, it will bounce up like a tennis ball. And because of the adjustment here, you can actually, if you get the squeegee blade sharpener, you got 4 settings here. By moving the squeegee rubber step by step outwards, you can sharpen the squeegee rubbers 12 times with our sharpener and save 93%. And if you do extension pole work, well, you can move the squeegee rubber out one step and make it softer. And this is one of the reasons we can actually clean windows up to the fourth floor today, because when you move it out, it gets softer and adapts to just about any kind of window, as you can see. I also like to show you the black squeegee here, which was the one we made a couple of years back. We still manufacture this black squeegee because a lot of people like it. Now this is cut only 90 degrees in the end, and that makes this squeegee excellent for pole work. And it's the same adjustable squeegee as the one with the plastic end plugs, but it has end clips in each end, which you have to, of course, put in and replace. I like to show you the end clip too, how it comes out. You pull the rubber like this, don't pull the end clip. And the new end clips has 2 little bumps on it, as you can see. And these bumps will actually keep the clip in place and also keep the squeegee rubber in place a lot better than the ones who used to be flat. I also like to demonstrate that the new fast release from Sorbo also fit the brass squeegee. And by unscrewing or tightening this brass nut here, you can actually tighten it down to where it fits thinner channels. So it's a universal handle. Well, what I like to do now is do a little demo here how to do the popular fanning method. And when it comes to cleaning small windows like this, well, the first thing we like to do is, of course, brush down the framework. And we use the swivel brush for that. And many cases when I have a window that's very dirty, actually I brush the window too, to eliminate and remove most of the dirt who is on the window. But this will actually make the frame real nice and shiny when you're done. And a nice place to put it is, of course, on this handle on the leaf card. Now when I wash the window, I also wash the frame. And because of the glide in the water and also the brushing, first this frame will look beautiful just by drying by itself. And now we're going to wash the window. As you can see, the 8-foot pole and the swivel is excellent when it comes to working and doing it very efficient. Now, when I'm done with the washer, I usually place it against the next window. Never put it sideways like this. Always leave it horizontal, that way it doesn't drip water. Now, I have the squeegee rubber all the way in on my adjustable squeegee, and of course when you fan the window you want to have a hard squeegee rubber, and that's the position where it gets most hard. Now you start up in the left corner and you can now see how efficient the 40-degree angle is. See how close it gets to the window? And this is actually the fanning method we call, and this is the method that I've been using for the past 60 years. And that's it. There's no detailing needed when you use a 40-degree angle squeegee, the Sorbo squeegee. Now, I like to do just a little demo here for those of you people who is new in the business and you like to learn the fanning method. And I like to go over it here very slowly. Well, first you start a couple of feet down from the top. You go up to the left corner. That way you have a good start. You go to the right corner and then you go down 3 feet, and then actually what you do, you build a mountain in the center of the window. And you climb that mountain up and down on each side. And then of course when you get to the bottom you use a straight stroke like that. So actually all it takes is a little bit of practice. Now I'd like to show you something I call the twin swivel. And I developed this, and it's very easy to do because the Sorbo squeegee doesn't take any pressure. And it takes 2 16-inch squeegees to do that, especially in this little window. So actually what I'm going to use here, I'm going to use 2 16-inch squeegees. And this is how it goes. You start in the center, you go on each side, and that's what I call the twin swivel method by Sorbo. So, now I'm going to go and do some bigger windows and show you how that's done. Yeah, now we're going to start to do some demonstrations here, and I'm going to start with the 18-inch Sorbo squeegee and show you a few different techniques. Now this is what I call the wedge system, and when the wedge system, of course, you have a lot of water, and that's what you need sometimes when you do storefronts. Even then, when it's a new washer, it absorbs quite a bit of water, and this washer holds a lot of water. So what we're going to do now, we're going to clean this big panel here and see how we can do that with an 18-inch squeegee. The washing here is probably the most important thing when it comes to cleaning windows, because if this isn't done right, the squeegee will not do a good job. For those of you guys who is new in this business, I like to say that the washer here is what cleans the window. The squeegee, all that does is removing the water. And I usually clean the framework too when I do this, as you can see. And when you have glide in your water, it comes out real nice when it dries. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to use an 18-inch squeegee. And as you can see, we have very nice colors too on the squeegees here. And what I do first, I start to do a stroke sideways like this so I can get the water down from the top frame. And then what I do, I go down as far as possible and always lead with the right side of the squeegee. So every time you push downward, the water goes towards my left. That way you don't have any streaks. And this is the easiest way of doing windows with an extension pole. And then of course we take it off and we do the fanning method. And that will be what we call the fanning method or slalom method. Now, if you have anything left, if you leave anything around the frame, you can actually use your 5-inch squeegee and remove that. It's a very quick way of detailing a window. If you want to do a 150% job, I would recommend the Sorbo 100% cotton towels, which is already washed hundreds of times, and that's why they work so well. So I would actually do this if you want to do a 150% job. And in order to get to the top without having the detailing towel come off, I usually put my 5-inch squeegee on and that way it will stay on your pole. And that's actually how we do a storefront with an 18-inch squeegee. This window to do with an extension pole. And then again, always wash the framework too, so we have a nice clean frame. And the 18-inch squeegee will probably fine here. What we would like to do is as little work as possible. Always pick the right size so you can do it in 2 strokes, or 3 if you have to. But it shouldn't be necessary to do anything more than 3 strokes, since we have such a big assortment of squeegees. Now the 5-inch squeegee comes in real handy here if you want to do a little detailing. You leave a little water where you start them. Well, we're going to do the side window now beside the door, and I decided a 22-inch channel will be perfect for this window here. There will be 2 vertical strokes, and that's pretty efficient. And we're going to use our